Well, welcome everyone to the Crop Technology Q&A session. My name's Kyle Kipps. I'm the program head for the program this year. I've been at the college since 2016 as an instructor, and I teach some courses such as soil science and tillage and direct seeding course. I also teach a precision farming course and a diversified crop production course. Before I came to the college, I worked in some research at the U of A, and before that I was involved in doing some soil consulting out in the industry. We also have with us Amy Hill, who is another instructor. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Amy Hill, and this is my second year instructing at the college. Prior to that, I spent about 15 years in the ag retail industry. Came from, I guess my background, I have my Bachelor of Science in Agriculture from the U of S, and after graduating, we spent a few years in southern Saskatchewan and then returned to the Vermilion area, I want to say probably about 12 or 13 years ago. My passion on the ag retail side of the business was always the fertilizer. I think I liked it because it's so visual, and you know, small changes can have such a large impact and such a visual impact, both in crop characteristics and yield, versus maybe some of the other parts of ag retail. My secret hidden his love was the grain marketing. Unfortunately, I'm terrified of heights, and back in those days, you used to be able to climb bins to collect samples, so that was kind of a no-go for me, and I focused more of my energy on the fertilizer and I guess agronomy as a whole. Last year, I taught the soil fertility class. I'm doing that again this year, and I'm also teaching the intro to crops this term, and next term, I'm going to be instructing the capstone class, CR 260, I think. And I guess my favorite part, or why I came back for a second year at the college, was definitely the students. In case you missed our conversation with Hannah here at the start of the Q&A, it's things like that that make you want to come every day, talk to the kids. You see them mature. It's amazing, the first year's first day compared to the second year's last day, and just the maturity. You know, they've turned into young adults and hopefully successful young adults. So far, enjoy it, enjoy the students, enjoy the subject matter as well, and look forward to meeting you and helping you get a start in the ag industry by coming to Lakeland College next fall.
Thanks, Amy. We also have with us one of our current students, Hannah Snellgrove. She can say hi as well.
Hi guys, Hannah here. This is my second year in crop technology. Did you want me to talk now or later, Kyle?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is my second year in crop technology here, and basically this is my fourth year that I've attended a post-secondary institution, and this is my third post-secondary institution that I've actually attended. So I've actually been to Olds College, and I've been to U of A before, and now I'm at Lakeland. Being in this class has been actually one of the funnest years I've had. I'm a little bit older than all the other students, but honestly, everyone's so welcoming and everybody's so friendly. Like, just coming here and getting to know everyone has been such a great experience. The instructors here have really made everything super smooth. Everybody's so friendly. Everybody likes to be personable with you. And so that's really made a big difference about being in the other institutions that I have being here, especially being in smaller learning environments with more one-on-one contact with your teachers. It's really something that you look forward to going to class every day.
Awesome. Thanks, Hannah. So before we get into the Q&A session, we did want to give just a little bit of background on the program, the mechanics of the program, and then talk about some of the highlights from our perspectives. And then we'll break into the Q&A session. So if you haven't had a chance to, I'd encourage you to visit the college website and search up the crop technology program, and you can find out some of the details about the admissions and the courses that you'd be taking. And just to give you a quick overview, the crop technology program is a 2-year diploma that consists of 20 courses. There is also a general agriculture with a crop technology focus that would be a 10-course, 1-year certificate. That's another option that a person could take. I'll mainly speak to the diploma program, as a lot of our students, even if they start out in the general agriculture 1-year certificate, they do convert that into a 2-year diploma, which it can be a nice way to come in, see if college is the right thing for you, if you like the subject matter. If it's not, then you can walk away with the 1-year certificate, but if you like it, you can stick around for that 2nd year and get the diploma. One of our big highlights academically, and we'll talk more about this later on, is the student managed farm. In the 2nd year, where the class is broken into different roles and responsibilities, and they are given the keys to manage the grain farm here at the college. So Hannah's actually one of our leaders for a student managed farm team. She's the leader for a group of students that's focused on research questions and investigating research opportunities for the student managed farm. And as an alternative, we've recently implemented a practicum option. So instead of doing student managed farm in the 2nd year, some of our students, particularly those that are looking to work in industry, have used their summer work experience to get credits for a practicum. So they work over the summer between their 1st and their 2nd year, and then in their 2nd year, they do a seminar course that debriefs and unpacks and looks at their experiences over the summer. And then in the 2nd semester of that, they do a farm simulation course, which is similar to student managed farm in the questions and decisions that they have to make, but they don't, their decisions aren't actually implemented, would be the difference there. So there's some differences in workloads, and there's different fits for different types of students, but that is something that we've created as an option in the program. Talking about transferability after the diploma program, there are a number of options that you can do both here at Lakeland College and at other institutions. So one of the popular options that our crop technology graduates do is they take a 3rd year to earn a 2nd diploma in ag business. And typically that's in ag business, the marketing stream. But what's nice about that is after 3 years, a student can leave here and can have 2 diplomas and a really nice diverse skill set that serves them well, whether they're going into industry or they're going back to the farm, to have not only the agronomy knowledge, but also the business knowledge. Now, I just described that opportunity to go from crop technology into ag business, but there's also a pathway to do the ag business diploma first and then take the 3rd year in crop technology as well. So depending on where your interests lie or what you'd like to start with, you can either start in ag business or you can start in crop technology. Another option we have that's still going through the approval process right now, but should be coming online here sometime in 2021, is our degree in ag technology. And this degree is, it's meant to work with diploma programs here at the college as well as some other institutions. So for yourselves, if you earn your diploma here, then you could enroll in the degree program. You would spend a year in courses, technology-related courses, and then a year out in industry in our practicum, and that would earn you a degree. Outside of Lakeland College, there's transfer agreements with the University of Saskatchewan, the University of Alberta, and the University of Lethbridge to go on and study in their agronomy programs. And there is also a degree opportunity with Olds College to go there and take their ag degree program, or sorry, ag business degree program. I think that's my overview for you and some of the opportunities and the structure of the program here. We're going to just spend some time now giving you our perspectives and thoughts on some of the neat things we're doing. I mean, all of this stuff about transfer agreements is really great one day, but what is it going to look like day to day, or what's your experience going to be like here? So Amy was going to share some of her insights and perspectives on how this relates to industry and employment afterwards.
So like I said, I've been in the Vermilion area now for about 12 or 13 years. And my first experience with a Lakeland grad was a coworker. She started at our retail fresh out of the college. I was always shocked by the skill set that she had, the practical knowledge she had. For somebody who, had one summer job and then shown up on the scene to try and keep up with some of us who had several years of experience, she was able to do it. She knew what she needed to do. She had the background information, and we never had to spend a whole lot of time training, setting her up. She was just ready to go when she came to our retail. As things progressed and our friendship grew, she started letting me in on more of what was going on at the college, the SMF, her experience with the equipment, her ability with other SMF team members to make decisions that impacted the farm, from selling the grain to making the crop plan, recommendations. Again, I was always impressed that she could do that, right? That I didn't have to spend the time training her. We touched up a few things and, tried to explain why I did things my way versus what she was going to do, and hoped that she'd be able to implement a few of my tips and tricks with what she'd learned here. Then to hear about the clubs that were available to her. She'd been to Costa Rica with the college to a coffee farm. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't get that in university. I should have stopped and rethought things. The other things were her industry contacts. We go to meetings together and I go to introduce her, and she knew half the room already. The college, we as instructors try and include industry people in our lectures. The students get to go under normal conditions or normal year. They get to go to various industry meetings. We have industry that wants to do plots and trials with us, that the students get to meet these industry people, make connections, have those connections for when they graduate. People know their name, know the colleges, reputation, not just in the immediate area. We've got a lot of grads getting hired across the prairie provinces. And I think, like I said, as a retail, them coming out trained, and what you've probably heard already 50 times, the hands-on experience just makes hiring a grad more than an experience, or more than a new job for yourself when they hit your retail. I see our current students getting very, very decent jobs, for lack of better terms there. They're all hired. I have a student in my first year class that was in the oil and gas industry and got laid off. He's taking his first year of ag, and after seeing some of the opportunities in that out there, he said he kind of almost hopes that his oil and gas job doesn't come back, and that he's able to attend his second year and slide into the ag industry, seeing the connection that we have, the connection that the ag industry has. He said is quite a bit different than what he experienced in oil and gas. I guess for recent information, my husband also has his ag degree, and they were hiring for a position, a GPS variable rate optimization kind of career or job, and 3 out of the 5 that proceeded to the second round of interviews were Lakeland College grads. In the end, they ended up with the Lakeland College grad. He had his crop tech diploma and his ag biz. I think a lot of our students come out confident. They have quite a personality, are fun to be around, and their involvement in the college clubs, their involvement in the community clubs, the kids get noticed, they get references, and again, industry, coming from that side of things, we were always happy to have Lakeland College grads apply for our jobs, and more often than not, they got hired. Like I said, in the last 3 months, a personal situation, that's what happened there too. So, said I enjoy working with them, with the students. I try and involve industry so that they have contacts through my class. I have contact with a farmer in New Zealand, and he was the world record wheat grower for several years. And last year during his lecture, he opened it up that he was part of a farm exchange program in New Zealand. So if any of the students were interested in doing a farm exchange in New Zealand, to contact him, and he could kind of get the ball rolling with the farm exchange group that he was with. And one student did follow up, and I'm not sure if he was able to go this year because of COVID, but he'd been in contact with Chris, my contact in New Zealand, and they were trying to arrange things. So we have a real tight connection with industry, and hope our students come out employable and have the contacts to end up with a successful career.
Thanks, Amy. I was going to speak on just a few highlights from my perspective of what I've seen at the college over the years, and with students, and also as an instructor. And I think one of the greatest things that we do here, and Hannah touched on it, is we take students from Western Canada that have the same passion and the same interest for agriculture, and we put them in the same place. And a lot of them live in residence, and they're able to meet people from all over Canada, and they form lifelong connections, networks throughout the industry from this. They build friendships for the rest of their lives, and they share so much information. I think there's a lot of growth and opportunity from that for our students. We try to build on that in our classes and in our labs. We have lots of collaborative work, lots of group work. This year, of course, is a bit of a tougher situation where we've been offering a blended program where students are coming in person for some of their lectures each week, and then they're viewing some lectures online remotely. But we've been really trying to do our labs in person, and they're in smaller groups and utilizing our farm. We've got a full-size working farm right out our back door. So getting out there for our labs and seeing students who they didn't have a chance to get to know each other in the classroom, maybe because of social distancing rules, but out in the labs where we're able to move around a little bit and we can relax on those a little bit, people were able to get to know each other, and they're able to get to know each other through doing a common activity and working on projects together. So that was really great to see, and it's awesome to see the students really light up and make friends and grow those relationships. Amy touched on some of the club opportunities here at the college, and there's a whole wide array of things that you can get involved with. Me personally, I had advised in past years a climbing club. We have a climbing wall here in the recreation center, and we had a group of students that would come out and use the climbing wall. Another club that I was involved with is the Ag Equipment Club, and the Ag Equipment Club, it does a number of things. One of those is the students work on different types of equipment. The club owns a small Ford 8N tractor that they purchased with some fundraised money, and they maintain it, and they use it for things like open house events and different things like that. The other thing they do is they collect and we'll call soup up lawnmowers to race. They have lawnmower races as well. So it gives the students something to do out in their spare time. And that club also made it a point last fall to go to Germany to Agritechnica, which, if you haven't heard of Agritechnica before, it's the world's largest indoor ag trade show. And we took 19 students over there for that, and it was an awesome experience. We got to see so much, and the students got to learn a whole bunch about what's going on around the world in agriculture. and also to do a little bit of travel together. Amy talked about the Ag Tour Club. That's another club that's advised by some of our faculty in the Ag School, and they'll do international trips most years, not this year maybe, but in normal years they would, and they visit all kinds of places like Hawaii, like Brazil. They've been down to Texas, they've been to California, and they tour different agricultural operations and different sightseeing opportunities. And it's just a really good time for students to get away, usually in the middle of February when it's the coldest and darkest of months. So there's a nice balance and opportunity of things inside the classroom, outside the classroom. I can't highlight enough, I guess, a student-managed farm and the opportunities that that brings. It's amazing to see how students come into that opportunity and they're given responsibilities and they're able to grow in that role. The confidence they build, the skills they develop that they're able to take out into industry, like Amy mentioned. It's really great to see, and I've always received really good feedback from students about Student Managed Farm. And I'm hoping now I can turn it over to Hannah, and she might be able to speak to some of her experiences with Student Managed Farm.
Thanks, Kyle. So a little bit about kind of what the school is. Like I said, I'm in my second year of crop tech here, and this is the fourth year that I've been in school, and also the third institution that I've ever been in. And so I've been to Olds and I've been to U of A, and basically my experiences with Lakeland here have been different with those because the way that the teachers kind of portray themselves in the way that they're very passionate about what they do. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but just looking at Kyle and Amy talk about kind of like what they do here and why they keep coming back, like you can see that they're very they enjoy what they do. Like, especially Kyle when he talks about his tractors and his soil and stuff like that. Like, if you come to school here, you'll know that like they're very passionate about what they do. And like Amy loves her fertilizers and she loves working at retailers, and Kyle loves his soil. And if you call it dirt, he'll be very mad at you. But I know, like, it's really good just having those close connections with the teachers. There is with the SMF too, like, it was a great experience doing that. I have never driven a combine before, and I've never driven a swather or driven any grain trucks before, but being there and actually getting those opportunities to do it and do it with your friends is something that's really exciting and awesome to do. Like, I actually got to drive a combine and all the grain trucks, and it's just an open opportunity. At any point, you can just, whenever they decide that you're going to go harvest, like, you do it as a team, and then you all go out with your friends and literally go drive combines and drive in the grain trucks, and afterwards you just hang out and get to know all these people. And it's awesome to see kind of like how everybody is excited about those things, and it really makes it enjoyable to do that. I guess there's also, like, with the clubs and stuff like that too, like, even if you're more cattle based, kind of like I was more cattle based before I came here than grain. And basically, like, there's something for everybody. Like, if you want to be more into cattle stuff or horses, like, there's rough stock nights. You can go watch people ride bulls and horses. You can go watch them rope. You can go do whatever you want. There's also a stock dogs. I have a dog here at school. He's in the agility club, actually, so he likes running around and all the tubes and jumping over stuff. So that's something I get to do with him. And there's basically something for everybody. Like, if you like to go out, then you can go out. There's a nightlife. There's Spurs on campus, which is really fun. They host night things every week, so you can go get food. You can just go get coffees, or they have nightly things, so you can go play bingo. You can go play games there, which is awesome. If not, then you can just chill in your dorms too. Also, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry. But yeah, there's a lot to do here on the college, and my experience here has been one that I'll definitely never forget. Like, especially from the first year, like, you get a little bit nervous trying to meet all these people and try and fit into places, and a lot of people I think are worried about that. But as soon as you come here, like, you meet all the people and you'll just fit into a group so easily, and then you make friends with everybody. Like, I'm very close with all of my classmates, And it's great to be able to just, go over to your friend's house and hang out and do your homework together and just, go ride in a combine and stuff. So that's really awesome. But also I was going to touch on the SMF roles. So I'm the research manager for the SMF year. And basically we get a group together, and I'm very close with my group now. Like, we have meetings each week. We go out afterwards, like we go have for supper sometimes, and we all just hang out and talk and get to know one another. And it's really liberating experience, like being able to be a part of a group of people like that trust you and want to be a part of something, and they're very passionate about it. So learning all these things has really been a really great experience, just to be able to be with these people and learn and take that and apply it to industry after you graduate. And I'm happy to say, like, I already have a job lined up after I graduate here. And actually, the people that I work with, there's about 5 other people that have graduated from Lakeland College here. So it's actually really awesome to know that we can all kind of experience the same things, and we all talk about our times that we've been to college and what we all do afterwards, and all the people. And even still, like, I have coworkers now that'll talk about, oh yeah, like that teacher back at school, remember, does he still do this? Yeah, he does do that. So it's pretty cool to see everybody and the connections and everything. So honestly, Lakeland for me has been a great experience. Like, I've met friends before at other colleges, but I've talked to some of my friends already, and they're like, well, I don't want to leave. We're only been 2 months in. We're already sad that it might be over in 6 months. So it's really good to just come here and just meet everybody. And I encourage everybody to get out and just broaden your horizons and be more into whatever, and just find the people that you click with and do whatever you feel like doing, because this is a time to experience it. Kyle, you're muted. Kyle, we can't hear you. You're muted.
Sorry, that was just practice. I said thank you very much, Hannah. Appreciate you providing your perspective on things. The rest of this time now is going to be for our Q&A session. So Aaron and Marcy, you're still hanging around. Thank you for sticking with us, and we'll take any questions you have now about the program or about the school. And you can use your microphone, or you can put it in the chat as well.
Okay, hi, I have a question. So Amy said she went to U of S and got a degree. So I was just wondering, like, what is your thoughts, like, versus me going to U of S and getting a degree, or me coming here and getting a degree here, or a diploma? What is the difference? Like, what in the end result?
I've got a daughter who's in grade 11, and she's not too sure where she wants to go, what she wants to do. Obviously, it's hometown for us, so that still means I get to be a mom and can maybe see what's going on. But we'd like her to start here because she doesn't come from a lot of an ag background. Both my husband and I are in the ag industry, but the small classes to start, to see if she's really interested in the subject material, the fact that, you know, I know who's in my class every day. I know who has and hasn't handed in assignments. I know their name. I run into the students, whether it's in the grocery store, whether it's at the gym, whether it's out walking my dog. I'm seeing the students all the time. So I think that's a really big difference compared to starting out at a university, right? It's kind of that step into the real world, gaining some experience, some technical experience. Like I said, we talk a lot about hands-on here. You come out more employable. My coworker, she came ready to go. I didn't have to spend hours training her. The poor souls that when I showed up on their door that had hired me, I needed to be told how to do a soil test. They had to walk me through making fertilizer recommendations, those kinds of things. These kids come out of here with those skills. If you really like the subject matter, you did fairly well, were successful academically, then I would say then go on to university, get your degree, right? At that point, you like the topic, make that second investment would be my advice. But yeah, definitely our daughter, of course, there's some bias there, both of us working in the ag industry, we'd like to see her follow suit. But again, it's just the care of everybody here, making sure that these students are successful. Like I said, we know who's been in class. We have that conversation with the students. We can pick up a lot of times if something's changed or something's going on in a student's life, and hopefully help them solve that, figure out a solution. So that'd be my advice, right? It's kind of that step, test the waters, get a lot of very applicable training. Honestly, if I was going to stay on the retail side of things and had to do everything over again, I think I probably would have just got my diploma. But
Can I touch on this real quick?
Yep.
So, because I went to the University of Alberta before, and honestly, the reason why I switched to Lakeland is because I wanted to be more personable. Like, the class sizes were ginormous. There wasn't a lot of people, there was more people that wanted to do more researchy science stuff, and I kind of wanted to do more of the nitty-gritty farmer type work. And so there wasn't a lot of people that I could relate to and stuff. And so making friends for me was a little bit harder. So actually coming to Lakeland, I really like the small town kind of feel of it, especially if you're from small towns as well. Like, coming to a small town, hanging out with your friends, making those, and then going to a big school afterwards makes a huge difference. Like, I remember my first year going into school, I was terrified. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I didn't want to make friends. I didn't want to get out of my personal bubble. But you soon realize that everybody here in the school basically has the same aspirations and they like the same stuff that you do. And so you'll find those people, I think, a lot easier in a smaller environment. And after you get those 2 years under your belt, you'd be surprised what kind of industries will actually allow you to get schooling with just 2 years. And 2 years, you'd be surprised. That's all you need. And honestly, you don't have to take a bunch of not useless, but other classes that you don't need to just fill your time. When you go to university, you'll have to fill your classes, right, with other stuff. So you randomly take an astrology class or something like that. With here, it's all of your classes are completely industry related, and you don't have to take anything that you don't want to, basically. So everything's there for you. And then if you want to go into your degree afterwards, then you already have those 2 years under your belt. You know what you're going for, and then you have more knowledge going into it after that.
Okay, thank you. And then I just had one more question about, so if I took the 2-year diploma, so to transfer into university, can you just transfer right into the ag degree and take 2 more years, or how does that work?
Was that the ag degree here at Lakeland or at one of the U of S or U of A?
Either or.
Okay. Well, for the degree in ag technology here, you would still apply, but based on you meeting the credentials of having your diploma and having maintained a GPA above a 60% to get you in, that should work out just fine. And then for the U of S, U of A, U of L, there is an application process as well, and you would have to do some extra steps in that application to make sure that you got your transfer credits recognized by those schools. They would have people, we have people, our academic advisor, Alan McMillan, who was on here earlier. Once you're here and you're in the diploma program, he would absolutely be glad to help you out and make sure that you've got the transfers in place to go on to one of those other institutions. And they would also have people on their end that would help to make that transition as smooth as possible for you.
Okay, so you can, assuming you have everything correct, you can go into the ag and finish your degree in a university too?
We have had students since I've been here that have gone on to the U of S, that have gone to U of L, U of A, and also to Olds to do the business degree there as well. Most of those schools, you're going to get close to a full 2 years recognized, but I think from what I've heard from students, it's taking them about 2.5 years at those universities to get their full degree.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I guess that about ends our program. Thank you for coming out today. And Marcy, I'll just remind you as well, after the recording is stopped here, if you want to put your contact information into the chat, you can be entered in to win prizes. So thank you, Amy. Thank you, Hannah, for helping out with this session. Thank you, Marcy, for attending, and to those others that were here earlier.